Nikita, we need you. You ready?
I like weed. I really, really, really like weed. So much that if the moment arrived, I'd gladly beat your ass for one bowl. Even though you're my brother, I like weed. I like buds, I even like the leaves. Those stems and seeds bum me out, I still have to say I like weed. I like weed. I really, really, really like weed. So much that if the moment arrived, I'd gladly beat your ass for one bowl.
Hello. We here at Between Two Strains are big fans of our next guest. He starred in such classics as The Gremlins, Goonies, Stand By Me, and our personal favorite, Lost Boys. He's also a talented musician as well. We want to give a warm welcome to Corey Feldman. Thank you for being here, Corey.
Peace and love, peace and love.
Glasses are very appropriate for that whole thing.
Thank you.
I love it. Just a quick question, man. I know you're a real big political advocate for certain things. I want to discuss a topic. The Adult Use of Marijuana Act is coming up on the ballot this November.
Mm-hmm.
It'll allow Californians 21 and over to possess an ounce of marijuana legally.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know how you feel about the legalization of marijuana in general.
Long overdue. Long overdue.
Couldn't have said it better myself. To be
I mean, it's a short answer, right?
Right, it is. It is.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is something, even since I was a kid, you know, I always knew that people who went out and drank alcohol made a mess of themselves. I watched my mom coming home drunk, getting brought home by the police, naked, wrapped in a towel. I mean, I saw some crazy things. And that was the way it was. I mean, you know, alcohol was around, and every time I saw people drunk, I saw violence, I saw stupidity, irresponsibility. And then whenever I saw people, you know, in my life that were smoking weed, like my dad, he always smoked weed, and I would smell it, and I knew what was up, but I didn't, you know, I knew it was bad and taboo, so whatever. But he was, at least he wasn't crazy, and he wasn't violent, and he wasn't out of control. So even though, you know, he had his own issues, at least that part of it wasn't an issue. So I knew right away that alcohol brought out the dark side, and, you know, weed probably didn't.
Okay.
And then, of course, I experimented and went through my drug phase and did all of that. And, you know, at the end of the day, there's a very bottom line, which is that, you know, even after I got sober, even after I got my life together, I knew at that time, even no matter what, even though I don't do anything, even though I don't touch drugs, alcohol, anything, I still say that weed should be legal. Why? Because if people have to do something, you know, there's those that are in AA and NA and don't need to do anything. But there's also people who are spiritualists, who are monks, who are priests, who are rabbis, who, you know, they live their life by God. They don't need anything either. But there are those people who walk through day-to-day life and they reach out for something.
Exactly.
And that's 90% of inner city society. Okay, 90% of inner city society is going to reach out for some kind of break from the madness, from the monotony.
Exactly.
So what are you going to choose? Narcotics, you got pills. I mean, every doctor's willing to write you a prescription, you know, but then they're going to try and pull it from you, and then you're going to get hooked, and then you got to pay for rehab and detox and all this other stuff. So there's option A. You got option B, which is you go to the streets and you buy crack, coke, meth, heroin, all that crap. Okay, nobody wants that, because guess what? That ruins your life, folks. It may not kill you on impact, but it'll definitely destroy you in the long run. And then we've got the other side, which is alcohol. Hey, everybody drinks, right? It's at every corner. It's at every bar. Look, there was a reason why they stopped the stuff in the 30s. There's a reason why Prohibition happened, because at that point they actually cared about society, and they wanted to clean up the damn drunks. Okay, that's what that was about. It is time to bring back Prohibition, folks. Alcohol is a damaging poison to our minds, to our blood, to our bodies. People are killed from alcoholism every single day. How many people have died from weedism? How many people have died from smoking too much herb? Is there a case?
Nope. No.
Is there a case?
Not in the 5,000 years, no.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, he's not a lawyer, so, you know,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
there
you
is a
can't- don't
case,
take my
but
word,
don't
but
take
I
his
mean,
word.
you know,
But
just books I
I'm just
read.
saying, chances are, there may be cases of like people getting black lung from too much tar, because there is a damn lot of tar on this stuff, I ain't gonna lie. But, oh, there's a lot of tar now. You ever cleaned a pipe? Come on.
Yeah. No,
All right,
there's ways around
so,
it. There's ways around it.
Yeah, vapor, but you know what
Yeah.
the problem is with vapor? I'll be honest with you. See, I'm gonna say it like it is.
Uh.
Propylene glycol, that's the problem with vapor.
Yeah.
Every single vapor pen still uses propylene glycol, which is why, by the way, I bought a company, not weed involved, but for electronic cigarettes, me and my partner just bought a company called Cigarex, which is actually the only chemical-free electronic cigarette out there because it doesn't use propylene glycol. We use vegetable glycerin. We keep it organic.
Nice.
And at the end of the day, that's the problem. Propylene glycol, my friends, that is the biggest enemy. So the whole point is now, let's cut out propylene glycol. Let's mix vegetable glycerin into the weed pens that you guys are using. And now you can be a step ahead of the curve. So that's just a little tip of advice on that for you.
Dude, you also have a great musical career as well.
That's right. Speaking of Snoop, my new single is out right now. It's called Go For It. Boom. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. It's with Snoop Diggy Dogg. And you know, he's on the new album. The new album is called Angelic 2, The Core. And it's a double album. That's why it's 2.
Wow.
Angelic 2, 2 discs. 2
Right
albums in one, Angelic to the Core. And I've got a long list of very exciting people on this album, man. This is like, it's like all of the great, I mean, I can't say all the great people, but a lot of great people came on this album and did this project with me. I got people from Pink Floyd. I got people from Black Eyed Peas. I got, 5 generations of hip hop. 5 generations of hip hop.
That's insane.
On my album. It's exciting. It's exciting. Kai Jones from the Pussycat Dolls, Fred Durst, Snoop Dogg, Corrupt, Doc Ice from Houdini and UTFO.
Man.
Yeah,
Must have been quite an experience, man. Just like in the studio with all those different
They all
minds
did
and
it at
everything.
my house. That's the great part.
Wow, that's.
Well, everybody but Snoop. Snoop wasn't at the house, but they all came. And Fred Durst was sleeping on my floor, for God's sakes, at the studio, because that's a real artistic endeavor.
Right.
When people dig in and they do it for the art, they do it for the love of the art, and that's what this album's about. So it's, you know, you can hear it in the work. It's passion. Even the artist who did it, the photographer, you know, this wonderful girl named Maggie St. Thomas. This guy, the guy who did the artwork, he's not even a real artist. He works at the whiskey. And he does like the flyers and stuff.
Okay.
But he like did this and he like took the CGI and laid it all out and it looks amazing. His name is Luke Iblings, great artist. And then Mark London, who's a Grammy award-winning graphic designer, designed all of the interior of the booklet. It's like a 16-page color booklet and a color pullout and all this stuff. So it's really, really dope.
Dope
the whole thing.
presentation.
Oh, and of course, it's all done with vegan oil for the ink. Vegan ink, all natural, and 100% biodegradable packaging. So the packaging is all recycled paper, vegan ink, and you know, if you don't like the album, you can always throw it in the ocean and it's biodegradable. So, there you go.
Dude, it was so amazing talking to you, man.
So good to talk to you, man.
You were just amazing, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you for
I
the
may have
knowledge.
I may have to knock you out when you ain't looking and steal that suit. I ain't lying, but besides that,
you might not even have to knock me out.
It's-
You can just
oh, it's
ask.
fly,
We'll dry
it's
clean it for you.
fly.
You will just, you know, you can take them whenever you want.
thank you.
All right.
Does it come with that beautiful flower that
It
you
does.
have?
It does.
I mean, you know,
The flowers are always
I
included.
could at least give it out to charity.
Dude, we're so honored to have you, man.
Thank you,
You're
man.
just
Good luck with your
amazing, dude.
adventures.
Thank you so much, man.
And you know,
you as well.
I'll be definitely behind you on the vote for sure.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Now this song is done, so excuse me while I smoke some weed. Bong solo.